Byahkoogahn, the eye that sees beyond nakedness, the all-seeing white eye that started it all for the Hyuga clan and became one of the 3 great dojutsu. When activated, veins bulge around the temples and the user gains near 360-degree vision, with only one tiny blind spot at the back of the neck above the first thoracic vertebra. But here is what makes it wild. The Byahkoogahn can see chakra flow with greater precision than the Shahreengahn, letting users identify specific chakra signatures and distinguish real bodies from clones. Hinata's range grew from 1 kilometer in Part 1 to 20 kilometers by adulthood, while Neji pushed his from 50 meters to 800 meters. The eye can penetrate solid objects like walls and see the 361 Tenketsu scattered throughout the chakra pathway system. This vision is what makes the Gentle Fist fighting style possible, where Hyuga members inject their chakra into an opponent's Tenketsu to seal them off or cause internal organ damage with minimal external force. The technique earned its name because even the slightest tap becomes lethal when targeting the chakra network. What is crazy is that Byahkoogahn users can emit chakra from any Tenketsu on their body, making chakra-based binding completely useless against them. Techniques like 8 trigrams, 64 palms, and 8 trigrams revolving heaven turn the Byahkoogahn into both offensive and defensive dominance. The revolving heaven creates a chakra shield, said to be more impenetrable than Gaara's sand defense. Shahreengahn, the copy wheel eye that put the Uchiha clan on the map. Those red eyes with black Tomoe activate through emotional trauma and evolve through 3 stages marked by the number of Tomoe. The Shahreengahn grants 2 core abilities called the Eye of Insight and Eye of Hypnotism. Eye of Insight lets users track fast movements, predict attacks, see chakra flow, and copy any jutsu they witness as long as it is not a bloodline limit. Eye of Hypnotism casts genjutsu powerful enough to control the 9 tails, which Madara demonstrated against the 4th Mizukage for years without anyone noticing. The Shahreengahn can read lips, see on a microscopic level, and provide enhanced perception that makes ordinary ninja look like they're moving in slow motion. Sasuke used this predictive ability to keep up with Rock Lee's speed during the Chunin exams. What's insane is that non-Uchiha can use transplanted Shahreengahn, but the chakra drain is brutal without the natural bloodline. Kakashi could deactivate his transplanted eye, forcing him to keep it covered when not in battle to conserve chakra. But he also copied over 1,000 jutsu, thanks to his Shahreengahn, and became known as the Copy Ninja. The Shahreengahn also lets users see through most genjutsu and even cast counter-illusions just by making eye contact with opponents. Mahngehkyoh Shahreengahn, see your friend dead and become stronger. The kaleidoscope evolution that only appears when an Uchiha experiences the death of someone close to them. Each user gets a unique pattern and ability specific to their eyes. Itachi awakened his after watching Shisui commit suicide, gaining Tsukuyomi in one eye and Amaterasu in the other. Tsukuyomi distorts the victim's perception of time, making seconds feel like days of torture. When Itachi used it on Kakashi during their first encounter, he stabbed Kakashi repeatedly for 72 hours inside the genjutsu, while only a few seconds passed in reality. Amaterasu creates black flames at the user's focal point that burn for 7 days and nights without extinguishing. These flames are hot enough to burn through regular fire and can only be sealed away. Sasuke's left eye shoots Amaterasu, while his right eye controls the flames with Kagutsuchi, giving him superior flame manipulation that Itachi never achieved. The abilities can differ between eyes, and some Mangekyo like Shisui's grant Kotohama Tsukame, a genjutsu so perfect it manipulates targets without anyone noticing they are being controlled. Shisui could influence multiple people simultaneously, though the technique required a decade to recharge unless the user had Hashirama cells. The Eye of the Untouchable Man, Kamui, Obito's space-time technique that warps objects and himself into a separate dimension. When Obito phases through attacks, he is actually shifting body parts to his pocket dimension in real time, making him virtually untouchable in combat. Everyone thought he could become intangible, but he was really just teleporting pieces of himself away with precise timing. He can also suck opponents into the dimension, or bring them out later, which is how he captured Konoha Ninja for Edo Tensei sacrifices. Kakashi's version works differently, using long-range teleportation to warp away anything in his line of sight. He ripped off Deidara's arm from a distance, and later used it to save Choji and Kakashi from a nail attack. During the war, Kakashi developed Kamui Shuriken and Kamui Lightning Cutter by embedding the warping power into his attacks, letting him cut through anything by sending it to another dimension. The Kamui Lightning Cutter was strong enough to cut through Kaguya's truth-seeking ball, something even Naruto's 6 paths chakra struggled with. Did you see your friend die? Okay, your technique is ready. Susahnooh, the ultimate Mahngekyo technique that only activates when someone awakens abilities in both eyes. This massive chakra construct acts as both shield and weapon, evolving through multiple stages from a skeletal ribcage to a complete humanoid warrior towering hundreds of feet tall. Each user's Susahnooh has unique weapons like Itachi's Totsuka blade that seals whatever it pierces into an eternal genjutsu dimension, or his Yata mirror that deflects any attack by changing its chakra nature. Sasuke's perfect Susahnooh became large enough to clash with tailed beasts, and even served as armor for Kurama during the final battle. Madara's Susahnooh could create mountain-splitting slashes and had multiple arms wielding different weapons. The technique drains enormous chakra, and its overuse accelerates blindness, which is why most Uchiha can only maintain it briefly. Using Susahnooh 3 times in one day left Itachi nearly blind, and forced him to deactivate even his normal Sharingan to conserve energy. Kakashi briefly achieved perfect Susahnooh after receiving both of Obito's Mahngekyo temporarily, creating what many consider the strongest Susahnooh shown in the series. It is time to kill your friend. Eternal Mahngekyoh Shahreengahn, the final Sharingan evolution achieved by transplanting the Mahngekyo of a close blood relative, ideally a sibling. Madara was the first to do this by taking his dying brother Izuna's eyes after losing his own vision from overusing his Mahngekyo abilities. Sasuke followed the same path by transplanting Itachi's eyes when his own sight began failing from spamming Amaterasu and Susahnooh during the 5 Kage summit and his fight with Danzo. The Eternal Mahngekyo merges both users' designs into a new pattern while retaining all the original abilities from both sets of eyes. Here is the game changer. The blindness problem disappears completely. Users can spam their techniques without worrying about losing their vision, which is why Madara could use Susahnooh repeatedly throughout the entire 4th Great Ninja War. The straight Tomo pattern that Madara and Sasuke possess grants enhanced fluidity in combat movements, making their taijutsu deadlier. Madara sensed this same pattern in Sasuke's eyes and deduced they must share a deeper connection beyond just clan lineage. According to Madara, the Eternal Mahngekyo proves an Uchiha kept pushing forward despite suffering great losses. The power boost is significant enough that Sasuke immediately noticed increased chakra efficiency and could maintain his techniques far longer than before the transplant. Eyes of the Gods Rinnegan, the most exalted of the 3 great dojutsu, characterized by concentric purple circles spreading across the eyeball. Legend says someone wielding the Rinnegan becomes either a god of creation who brings peace or a god of destruction who reduces everything to nothing. Hagoromo Otsutsuki was the first to naturally awaken it, while Madara achieved it by combining Indra and Asura's chakra through fusing his body with Hashirama's cells. The awakening took decades to manifest. The Rinnegan grants access to the 6 paths technique, despite the name including 7 paths. Diva Path manipulates attractive and repulsive forces with Shinra Tensei and Bansho Tenin, and its ultimate move Chibaku Tensei creates artificial moons by generating a massive gravitational core. Asura Path transforms the body with mechanized weapons, missiles, cannons, and extra limbs that can fire chakra blasts. Human Path rips out souls and reads minds through physical contact, killing victims instantly. Animal Path summons various creatures that also possess Rinnegan copies and share vision with the user. Preta Path absorbs any chakra-based attack, including the most powerful ninjutsu. Naraka Path summons the King of Hell for interrogation that rips out lying tongues and restoration that can repair destroyed bodies. The 7th ability, Outer Path, controls life and death itself through Rin Rebirth, though using it costs the user's life. It also creates black receivers for transmitting chakra and manifests chakra chains to bind tailed beasts. Nagato used the 6 paths of pain by controlling 6 corpses with black receivers, each wielding 1 path while sharing vision through copied Rinnegan in their eyes. This gave him 6 bodies to fight with, while his real body stayed hidden kilometers away. Pain's assault on Konoha demonstrated the Diva Path's power when a single massive Shinra Tensei leveled the entire village in seconds, leaving only a crater. The technique had a 5-second cooldown normally, but large-scale usage required several minutes to recharge. Sasuke's Rinnegan contains 6 Tomo distributed across the circles and retains his Mahngekyo abilities plus unique techniques like Amino Tikara for swapping places with objects within a certain range, and the ability to open portals between dimensions. His dimensional travel was crucial for reaching Kaguya's different worlds. Madara's Rinnegan let him use limbo, creating invisible shadow clones that exist in a parallel dimension. These shadows could attack without being seen or touched by anyone except those with Rinnegan or Six-Path Sage Mode. Madara used 4 limbo clones to simultaneously attack all 9-tailed beasts. Tenseigan, the reincarnation eye introduced in the last Naruto the Movie that appears when Otsutsuki chakra combines with a Hyuga's Byahkoogahn. The transformation takes several days and causes painful pulsations that subside with rest before the Byahkoogah's white color shifts to blue with white flower patterns filling the iris. Toneri Otsutsuki achieved this by stealing Hanabi's Byahkoogahn and implanting them in his eye sockets after being born without eyes. The Tenseigan grants control over attractive and repulsive forces similar to the Rinnegan, strong enough to move the entire moon toward Earth for his plan to destroy humanity. Toneri also controlled the moon's rocks as projectiles and created devastating chakra blasts that destroyed massive portions of the lunar surface. Its real power shows in Tenseigan chakra mode, which surrounds the user with a glowing green chakra cloak, grants flight abilities, and creates 9 truth seeking balls that nullify ninjutsu and can be manipulated for both offense and defense. Toneri created a golden chakra sword by combining his truth-seeking balls, and this blade was powerful enough to slice the moon completely in half with a single swing. The Silver Wheel Reincarnation Explosion generates a massive silvery tornado by spinning truth-seeking balls rapidly, matching the power of Naruto's planetary Rasengan. The Golden Wheel Reincarnation Explosion forms that moon-splitting sword capable of cutting through anything. Tenseigan Chakra Mode's power rivals, Naruto's Sage Mode enhanced Nine-Tails form, letting Toneri fight the strongest ninja alive and actually pressure him in combat. If the user takes too much damage, the Tenseigan reverts back to normal Byahkoogahn, which happened when Naruto landed a direct punch to Toneri's face with focused Nine-Tails Chakra. All-Seeing Eye, Rinne Shahreengahn, the predecessor to both Rinnegan and Shahreengahn that first appeared when Kaguya Otsutsuki ate the God Tree's chakra fruit. This third eye manifests on the forehead with red sclerae, ripple patterns spreading across the eyeball, and 9 tomo marks arranged in 3 rows. The Ten Tails possesses this eye since it is the result of Kaguya merging with the God Tree after being sealed by her sons. According to the Uchiha stone tablet passed down through generations, when someone wielding the power of Rin approaches the moon, this eye will open and reflect off the moon to cast the Infinite Dream. Madara awakened it after becoming the Ten Tails Jinchuriki and regaining both his Rinnegan, positioning himself near the moon before the eye appeared on his forehead. He immediately used it to cast Infinite Tsukuyomi, the most powerful genjutsu ever created. This technique reflects off the moon and traps the entire world in an illusion simultaneously, wrapping every person on Earth in the God Tree's roots while creating a personal dream dimension for each victim. Only the Rinnegan can protect against it by using Susahnooh as a shield to block the light. Breaking the technique requires someone with the Rinnegan to form the Rat Hand Seal alongside someone possessing chakra from all 9-tailed beasts combined. Kaguya's Rinne Shahreengahn let her use Mangaka to instantly transport herself and everyone around her between her personal dimensions without any hand seals or preparation. These aren't genjutsu illusions, but actual alternate dimensions, including lava worlds, ice dimensions, desert realms, and a high-gravity core dimension. She switched between them instantaneously during her fight with Naruto and Sasuke, using environmental advantages like dropping them in lava or freezing them in ice. She also used Yomotsu Hirasaka to tear through the fabric of space itself and create portals for instantaneous travel between any location. The Rinne Shahreengahn retains all Shahreengahn abilities, including genjutsu casting and chakra perception, while granting these dimensional manipulation techniques that surpass normal space-time ninjutsu completely. Jougan, the pure eye that only Boruto Uzumaki has demonstrated so far, though multiple Otsutsuki clan members recognize it immediately and call it troublesome when they see it. In the anime, the eye appears light blue with a darkened sclera and visible pupil when activated. Producers explain the eye relates to the Otsutsuki clan's dimension and functions like the doJootsoo equivalent of Naruto's negative emotion sensing. Young Boruto couldn't activate it on command during his academy days, with the Jougan appearing involuntarily when he focused on certain people or sensed dimensional presence nearby. As a teenager shown in the time skip opening, Boruto gained full control and can activate it at will during combat. The Jougan perceives chakra pathways down to the Tenketsu, similar to the Byahkoogahn, but can identify the exact key point in the chakra system that other eyes miss. It detects negative emotions, an evil chakra similar to how Naruto sensed hatred, letting Boruto see spiritual entities invisible to others like Momoshiki's soul, hovering around Boruto and Nu's negative chakra form when it absorbed dark energy. Its strongest confirmed ability involves space-time perception, seeing invisible barriers connecting dimensions and tracking interdimensional rifts that others can't detect at all. When Kawaki created a portal using his karma, the Jougan immediately recognized the dimensional distortion before anyone else noticed. The eye also seems to predict danger instinctively, flashing warnings before attacks land on Boruto. Toneri Otsutsuki appeared to Boruto in a vision and stated he is the Star of Hope, suggesting the Jougan might be connected to the combined power of Hagoromo and Homura's bloodlines, meeting in one person for the first time. Since Boruto descends from both Otsutsuki brothers through Naruto's Uzumaki and Senju lineage, plus Hinata's Hyuga bloodline, he has the perfect genetic mixture of their chakra. Momoshiki's statement, "Those blue eyes will take everything away," seems to play a significant role in Jaijin's future. The Otsutsuki react immediately when they see this eye. They consider Jougan dangerous,